Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to a 500-pound gaming PC build. Now, I haven't been doing these different regional builds in a little bit, and a lot of people have been requesting me to do them. I haven't been doing them because they really do very mediocre views-wise and likes-wise, but a lot of people have been asking, and you know what? Views isn't everything, likes isn't everything. I don't really care about that at the end of the day, and I just want to help people. So let's get straight into this. With the CPU, I went with the AMD FX 6300. It's a Black Edition 6-core processor running at 3.5 GHz, 4.1 GHz turbo, 8 megabytes of level 3 cache, 6 megabytes of level 2 cache, socket AM3 plus, 95 watts, and I'm gonna go with the retail CPU cooler that comes with boxed. This is about 90 pounds, and this is a really solid CPU, especially if you want to do some video editing or live streaming. And the FX 4300 is 86 pounds, so I figured why not spend the extra 4 pounds to get a 6-core CPU instead of a 4-core CPU. This is a 6-core isn't going to do too much better in games. Maybe in the future it will with the release of the new consoles. It probably will, to be honest. Give you more of a future-proof PC. I don't really like using the term future-proof, but in this case it does make sense. And it's going to be really good for live streaming and video editing. Like I said, 4 cores really is not enough to do live streaming. My friend actually has an FX 4100 and he barely can live stream. So if you guys are into live streaming and video editing, 6300 is going to help you a lot, especially if you're a budget gamer. And even still, it's 4 pounds, so why not just spend the extra 4 pounds to get the 6300? Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do any high-end overclocking with the stock cooler, but at 3.5 gigahertz and 4.1 gigahertz is still a damn fast CPU, and I just really like the FX 6300. 6 cores for 90 pounds. Yes, it's not the 6 fastest cores in the world, but this is just awesome for video editing if you're on a budget. And of course, for gaming, it's no slouch either, so that's a great addition to the build. For the motherboard, something I recommend a lot, I went with the Asus M5878L. Recommended this motherboard a lot. Not a lot of features, but the main drawing factor is the price at 51 pounds. Really solid motherboard for that price. Supports up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's from Asus. You really can't go wrong with that USB 3, micro ATX motherboard. Just a solid motherboard for 51 pounds, but it's not the best thing in the world, but for the price and, save some money, spend that on the GPU, because the GPU, you want to get... the best thing to do in a budget end build is to fit in a really high-end GPU or mid-end GPU, and you kind of have to sacrifice in other areas, and the motherboard is an area where I sacrificed in, but this is still a very solid motherboard for the build. For the power supply, I went with the Corsair Builder Series CX500. It's a 500-watt power supply, and it's 80 plus bronze certified. 500 watts is easily going to be able to power this build, no problem. And it's Corsair, it's the CX series, and it's 80 plus certified, so good stuff right there. For the RAM, I went with Corsair Vengeance 8 gigabytes, two 4 gigabyte sticks running at 1600 megahertz. Really solid RAM, and honestly, it's pretty cheap in comparison to the prices we pay. This is about 50 pounds, which in turn does convert to about what us Americans pay. But the thing is, everything else is so much more expensive. If you guys are following, like say the graphics card is so much more expensive than the graphics card we buy here, you would expect the RAM to be the same, but the RAM is the same price as we pay here, so that's kind of good. 8 gigabytes of RAM, really didn't want to go 16, especially in a budget build like this, and this is going to be really good for the build. 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you want down the line, you can just replace the 8 gigabytes with two 8 gigabyte sticks, because the motherboard does only have 2 RAM slots, but 8 gigabytes is going to be plenty. I mean, most games only recommend 4, and some even run on 2, so you guys are going to be fine with 8 gigabytes of RAM. For the graphics card, I went with the Gigabyte NVIDIA GTX 660 2 gigabyte. Really solid graphics card. This is the non-TI edition, by the way, and really good fan solution, so you can have some really good overclocking here and have this card almost as fast as a 660 Ti. This is going to be really good for 1080p gaming, and if you're playing at a lower resolution like 1680 by 1050, this card's absolutely going to crush everything. Really solid graphics card, and for 152 pound, really can't go wrong with that. For the hard drive, I went with Western Digital WD 1 terabyte. It's a Caviar Blue, so this is going to be really good for the build. And I didn't go with an SSD for the build, but like I always say, if you guys have a hard drive from a previous build that you can salvage, you can either skip this entirely or get like a 60 gigabyte SSD, but that's up to you. So yeah, finally for the case, I went with the Cooler Master Elite 430. This is a mid-tower case with a side panel, which a lot of people seem to love. Actually, a lot of people, when they're building PCs, when they send me a private message with their build. All of them usually have a side panel case. I guess a lot of people love that. So this has a side panel, and it's only 45 pound. I was gonna go with the half 912, but that's really expensive for the UK, so that kind of sucks. But this the 430 is also great for 45 pounds. Solid mid tower case right there. And thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked me returning to these different regional videos, like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'm expecting to do some more Australian builds and more UK builds and maybe even some Canadian builds. Just comment down below what you guys want me to do. Just don't say something weird, because if it's like Nigerian builds, like there's not enough, there's not a big enough market to do that. So yeah, just understand that. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Like this video, comment, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.